Doing? Good. Okay, one more time. How are we doing? Okay, so I like energy, okay? I like to talk to people. I'm blinded by these lights, so if I look a little crazy, that's why. But this session is going to be very interactive. So it's really, really exciting to be here today. We're talking about AI first leadership, another AI session, right? Another one. Today's session is going to be a little different. Today we're talking about how not to kill your teams, right? How to be supportive leaders, how to really think about how to position AI. So I want to start there. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Mariah Bain. I'm the founder and CEO of AYC Consulting Group. I do fractional work for companies, customer success operations, and then I am also launching a professional community for mid-level careers. I focus a lot on in the middle, right? There's a lot of resources for people who are early career and tons of ways to be the executives, but no one talks about those in the middle, mid-level managers, mid-level professionals, so that is where I focus. So before I introduce my panel, I want to see who's in the crowd today. So how many of you are executive level? Hands up. Let me see. There we go. All right. How many of you are directors, senior directors? All righty. How many of you are middle managers? Nice. Any ICs? One. Okay. All righty. Well, nice to have you today. So today I have Kayvana and Shanae. We're going to get right into what the panel overview is today again. So today we're talking about, in this fast-paced world, there's middle managers, executives, senior directors. You all are juggling strategy, team development, and execution while having to move faster, to do more, to deliver, to be smarter, to be nimble, all with less. Right? AI is coming in, and we want to do more with less, more with less. And in the meantime, the question is, at what cost? Are we thinking about how we are transitioning our teams? Are we thinking about how we're supporting our teams so that we can free up more time for them? So today, I want to introduce Shanae and Kayvana. And before we dive in, I want you to share a moment, after you introduce yourself, I want you to share a moment about when AI clicked for you. Not just, okay, I'm going to use it once, but when it became a tool that was game-changing.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shanae Brown. I'm an executive coach and also the founder of a learning and development company called No Cream in This Coffee. And for me, when AI sort of clicked was realizing that my business sits at the intersection of talent development, DEI, as well as employee experience. And I was like, how I market this business is going to be really important in order for me to really move the needle and get underrepresented talent promoted and in positions that they need to be in. So what I started doing was, I think I was listening to a podcast, and I came across this tool called copy.ai. Anybody familiar with the copywriting tool? It's just me? Okay. I came across this tool called copy.ai, and this was before I knew in ChatGPT you can train it and have ChatGPT speak in your brand's tone of voice. So I used this copywriting tool to help me with emails, to help me with social media, and then what ended up happening was I tested it out, and people were messaging me saying that this is really good. Like, this newsletter was really helpful. You know, I learned a lot of things, and my former HR brain knew what I was talking about, but I'm not a trained marketer at all. So for me, the light bulb moment was AI is really going to help me boost up the skills that I didn't have, right? So I am not a trained marketer. I do not have a background in marketing. I was an HR business partner for marketing, so I have a couple of, basic skills, but I really started to see how AI can not only help me in marketing, but boost my business and grow my business, and that's exactly what happened when I started leveraging AI.
Kayvana.
Hi, y'all. How are you? Good. Smile, you're on camera, so I'm testing out my meta glasses on you all. So often we get the front view, but not the receiving view. But my name is Kayvana Parker. I am known as the unboring sales specialist. Unboring, yeah, I like that. She's like, yeah. Known to really create safe spaces for professionals to unmask, unveil, and really show up as their self. In the quoting Caroline Wanga, just democratizing authenticity. That's my purpose. After 15 years of being in sales and sales enablement, I founded my boutique agency, KPA, which bridges the gap between corporate training and community learning. How many of you have a sales enablement team that you support? Yeah? Okay. Are you investing in your sales enablement team? This is a real question, right? So oftentimes sales enablement doesn't get the investment that they need, or they're not being utilized to really drive ROI. So I create custom onboarding and enablement tools that help to improve retention, improve ramp, and also just make sure that your team members are supported and your managers are working well. So when it comes to AI as a thought partner, enablement works with multiple teams. We're working with marketing, we're working with operations, we're reporting to the CRO. We have a lot of people that we have to make happy, and sometimes I don't always know how to speak that language. So understanding how can I present material, or how can I create programs that cause us to work more collaboratively as a team and get to that end result. So incorporating what their needs are, incorporating what they need to win, and how do I use AI, whether it's props to, anyone heard of Prosp AI? Really? All right, we're gonna give y'all some tips today. Text your people, tell them to come to the session to really help to talk better and work more efficiently with team members.
Nice. So what we want to tie in together today, we'll talk a lot about AI as a thought partner for your teams. One of the rules I had before I started running my own company, but one of the rules I had is no absolute statements. Anybody ever have their team come to them and they're like, I have this problem and I don't know what to do, and it just ends there? Does anybody ever experience that? As like, oh, okay, so what's next? One of the things that AI has really helped me in my business, but also individually and training people, is you need to think further than the absolute statement. And a lot of times people don't want to share their thoughts because they're afraid that it won't resonate with you all, right? Their managers, their directors, their CEOs. And so this panel actually came together because I was on the phone with Harshit and Cherie, and I was like, they're like, I want to learn a little bit more about you and how you fit into this panel. And I was like, I use AI as a thought partner. I was like, one of my biggest insecurities is when I'm really excited about something, I talk, and my brain is moving 10 times faster than I can actually keep up with. And I'll be in meetings sometimes and like, am I resonating? So I started talking my thoughts into AI, and here's all the big ideas I have. How do I now make sure that this resonates with the CEO? How do I think about how this is going to resonate with finance, marketing? How do I speak engineer? Anybody need to speak engineer in meetings? Yes, it's difficult. It's like, guys, what? So that is how I started to do that, and I transitioned that into day-to-day, my life, how I run my business, and how I use it to train me. So the theme here is like how to start getting your employees to take a step further to train themselves along with what you guys are giving them. So what I want to talk to you all about is we want to make sure that we're giving our teams permission to think differently and using AI to encourage that. Instead of focusing on AI, don't write AI emails. Everybody sees the dash, they'll know it's ChatGPT. We want to be a lot further. We want to go further than that. So Shanae, I want to talk to you a little bit about how are you using AI as a strategic thought partner and not just a productivity tool?
Great question. So I look at AI as my strategy and ops manager. I'm brainstorming ideas. I'm looking at consumer insights and taking that data and having AI pull out the key themes, right? Just recently,